Hi, this is Matt from CVG, and I'm here with Leon from OPM, who is going to tell us all about Ghost Recon Future Soldier.
Yes, I'm just, first of all say I'm standing in for David Meekelham, who reviewed it for us and gave it an 8, but he's no longer with us. So I have been playing it instead. So yes, essentially it's a reboot of Ghost Recon in that a lot has changed. Future-wise, the tech has jumped forward a lot. We've just seen a guy throw a sensor out there that pings out all the enemies. This is a much more almost sort of sci-fi kind of feeling Ghost Recon in a way. I know they like to say it's sort of authentic, but the future tech that they're doing now has sort of leapt quite a bit forward. You'll probably see some invisibility cloaks in a little while, which they say is based on tech. Here we go. That is based on tech that will happen in 10-15 years. If I see anyone wearing stuff like that in 10 to 15 years, I'll be amazed.
And that's the thing that strikes me, although it's sort of a Tom Clancy game, which they're generally quite sort of po-faced and serious. This, it frankly looks sort of fairly ridiculous, but I mean, does it stand up?
Yeah, I mean, it still feels like a Ghost Recon thing. They've got rid of a lot of the orders. You can see these white lines here. This is a lovely sort of system where you can mark targets, and when they all light up blue, I don't know why I'm pointing at the screen here, you can see that they take a while to light up blue, and then you can issue like an execute order, and it's sort of beautiful for, you get your team in position, you basically go kill that guy, kill that guy, kill that guy, you sort of manoeuvre around, you get your shot in, and then you go take the shot, and then they all get dropped at once, and it's sort of a new kind of stealth, because it means you can do like 4-man, 5-man sort of stealth kills, and it's really sort of satisfying when you're creeping around some of the bases and the sort of these shantytown sort of areas where you can just mark a load of targets and take them all out at once. There's lovely touches as well, like the way you can see here the titles hanging in the air, sort of mirroring the kind of the virtual reality sort of things they wear. This is a magnetic visual thing that sort of makes metal and stuff show up. It's basically X-ray vision, like the Total Recall sort of X-ray scanners. And again, it's nice to be able to see through vehicles and make loads of plans. Another execution shot there. It's very slick. It feels they've sort of tweaked it, made it more kind of actiony, more of a cover shooter, less sort of about the tactics. But it's still, it still feels satisfying. It's quite nice to pull off those sort of, group shots. The invisibility stuff's great. Gadgets, much sort of actually the gadgets you use are fairly similar to what they have been in the past. You've got the UAV drone, which now you can steer and fly around, and you use it to find and tag enemies. There's also a big sort of mech robot thing that you can sort of ride in, not literally ride in, but you send it in and it can shoot people. There's a lot of breaching in slow motion, and again it's all done sort of automatically. You don't sort of have to issue orders.
So I mean, a lot of people might be looking at this and having seen Black Ops 2 thinking, if I'm going to buy one futuristic game with guns in this year, it's not going to be this one. What would you say to those people?
It's a different thing. For one thing, one thing Black Ops is a little way away. This is more. It's stealthy. I don't want to say it's stealthy as in you spend 4 hours behind a bush waiting for a guard to turn his back. It's just there's a bit more of a sort of a patient approach to it. Like this sort of thing is kind of suicide.
That's the other thing that strikes me as well, is having played some Tom Clancy games in the past. A lot of the time, you get hit once, you're dead. Is it a little bit more arcadey in that respect now? Can you take a few more hits?
Yeah, you can definitely take a few more hits. It's not overly forgiving. I mean, if you get caught out, I'm amazed he survived. Then if you get caught in a big hail of bullets, then it's pretty much game over. But then it does reward you in that way for being careful and setting up these kind of kill shots and taking a little bit of time to sort of initiate kind of tactics in a way. You don't sort of have to really order people or tell them what to do. You just sort of get into a position where things are going to go in your favour, and then you sort of shout go, and as long as you sort it out all right, it goes in your favour.
I've heard that the sort of the squad AI is incredibly good, like as good as you're going to get in a game.
Do you know actually? Thinking about it, I've not. In the time I've played it, I've not had any kind of where's that guy gone kind of stuff. Normally you play a squad shooter and you find a bloke caught in a corner or his knees trapped on a car bumper and he can't untrap it. And I've not actually had any problem with these guys at all. I've never lost them. I've never seen them do anything stupid. They all the things where you set up orders and initiate commands, I've not seen any of them get it wrong. So actually thinking about it, the AI is excellent because I've not noticed it at all.
Just saw lots of gun modification going on there as well. I gather it's going to be quite a deep game, is that?
Yeah, I haven't touched any of that stuff. Basically, at the beginning of each level, the bloke sort of the boss commander man kind of goes, I recommend you use this gun. And you just go, yeah, all right. Because if you go into that menu, your gun breaks up into about 12 different parts, and there's 12 different parts to the 12 different parts. And yeah, I'm sure if you wanted to, you could create some incredible sort of custom weapons. I'm quite happy to go with what the boss man says.
Excellent. I mean, what else is there to it as well? Because like, it's obviously pretty slick, and we've seen lots of people being executed and killed and stuff. Is there much of a storyline behind it?
Actually, the storyline is a bit kind of vague. There's like a sort of an opening level where they sort of set up some kind of thing with a nuclear bomb, and then you're chasing sort of some low-level drug runners that have got involved in the arms trade, and the stories are almost sort of superfluous. It's basically, there's a bad man somewhere trying to do bad things, and it doesn't really do much more sort of detail than that, which, you know, I think that's all it really needs. It's an excuse it's an excuse to go into countries and shoot the people that live there. The multiplayer is excellent. I played the beta. I've not played online since it's come out, but it's very it's more sort of considered. It's a little slower. It's still a lot of shooting, a lot of action, but it's not that kind of COD spawn die kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's much more sort of team based. You use the sensors, you use your sort of different equipment. It all segues in quite nicely. And yes, it's a competent, it's a really good shooter.
Excellent. Thanks very much.